Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. When you were kids, were you ever overexcited for the first day of school after summer?
Yes.
Like, so excited that you could barely sleep the night before?
Yeah.
Like, I was as well. I would lay awake for hours thinking about like what the next day would be, what everyone did during summer. Because I would have new classmates. We would be good friends. Who would be our new teachers? Like, would I be the favorite student? And so on and so on. And this has happened to me every new school day of the year, like every New Year's school day. And I didn't know it back then, but now I know that it's probably because I have anxiety. And it doesn't mean that I'm an anxious person, it actually means that I have a health problem called anxiety. And it might be a surprise for a lot of people here, but it's true. And I've learned it and recognized it for about 2.5 years now. So what does it mean? It basically means that I worry and overthink about stuff all the time. I'm constantly worrying about things that will happen if I do this or do that. And even though those things that I worry about never happen, I keep worrying. And of course, it's not like every day is a bad day. Some days I'm fine. Last night I didn't sleep at all, but some days I'm happy and fine. But then there are the other days. Then there are the days where my anxiety creeps in like a monster and bangs in my head. It doesn't let me sleep. And then I'm angry with myself because I can't sleep. And that's so stupid. And then the next day I'm paralyzed and I can barely do shit. There's been days where I can actually barely come out of bed just thinking I cannot do this, I cannot handle it. And I know this is not just me, there's probably more people here who deal with anxiety in their own personal ways. But I wanted to talk about it here because it helps me deal with it. And I've learned a couple of things now, after some years with it. And that I want to share, and it helps me and may help some other people as well. So this presentation is about the 5 things that I've learned that help me with my anxiety. I'll figure it out exactly, but I know these things help, and I need to keep telling myself them. So I'm using kind of this stage as a little therapy for myself to tell me these things, because I need constantly reminding me of doing that, because it helps me. So, number 1 on my list is yoga. I'm not the most athletic person or in this whole fucking planet, but yoga has come to my life and has helped me a lot. It has done wonders for my anxiety for 2 things. First of all, because mental health is directly connected to body health. It's just the truth. And second of all, because it helps me listen to what my body needs. It connects to me. So I can listen to it when it says, hey, you need to slow down. But I'm not the best yoga student, mainly because of the second item in my list, which is, come on, help me. Keeping a healthy routine. And I don't mean like eat your vegetable stuff, I mean the difference between the first week of a project when you take time to make your lunch boxes and the last week when you're eating a pasteuria every fucking day. Keeping a healthy routine helps me keep stress at bay. And I need to find ways to keep that routine, like little tricks. So for example, for yoga, I started a 30 days yoga challenge together with my friend Cornelia and my new best friend Adrian, which is awesome. She puts these videos on YouTube, and that helps me a lot to keep track. And that makes me think, it's okay to ask for help, to have some push to keep you on track. Which relates to number 3 in my list, which is talk to someone. I can so easily shut down sometimes and think that my problems are silly and nobody's going to understand it. But it's stupid because it's never that way. People always understand and it always helps to talk. But, come on slide, help me. But, and there's a big but. If you're the one talking to me or any anxious person, please don't ever try to explain what's happening. There's no logic behind like why I'm anxious. So just try to make me feel better or take my mind off of it. Don't try to explain it, okay? It will only make you feel worse. Number 4, don't let the little things add up. A lot of my anxiety comes from these little things that I can handle, but they just build up and become that big monster spider I've seen before. And it's stupid because if I had handled them before, it would not be that big of a problem. And it's just about like knowing how to get those things and do them. Like the dirty dishes in the sink that you always think, I can do them later. Well, if you actually do them, you know it would take you 3 minutes and then you're done with it. So I need to keep like punching myself sometimes whenever I say like I can do this tomorrow, because it saves me a lot of sleepless nights. And then we come down to the last item in my list, which is don't compare myself to others. A lot of my anxiety comes from the pressure I put on myself, and a lot of that pressure comes from comparing my life to others, like saying, oh my God, he already got an internship, he's so successful, he has everything figured out, why can't I? And I have to tell myself, it's because it's not them, it's my life. All the choices I made are my own, and nobody else will be able to deal with them. This is my life, just like my anxiety is my own to take care of, not anybody else's. So I've learned to take that and accepted that this thing that I have, it will probably never go away. It's part of me. It's part of who I am. Just like the tattoo I have in my arm with these monsters. It made me who I am. I would probably never be here in Sweden if I wasn't anxious. I would probably never take that plane and get away from Brazil and the job that I had. So I'm learning now how to live with my anxiety, how to accept it. And all these things that I've said, like those 5 points, they're not just about like dealing with anxiety, they're actually things that I want to do to live a better life, to be a better person. So it makes me think that maybe, like just tiny maybe, this thing that can cause me so much struggle sometimes, is actually sometimes helping me find the balance I need in my life and make me the person I want to be. It's pushed me. So, yeah, thank you for listening to me.